someone just paid over $2 million for land that doesn't even exist. No house, no building, no physical location, just pixels. And here's the crazy part, people are still buying it, not just one person, not just one time, over and over again. So the real question is not just who bought it, the real question is why. Why would anyone spend that kind of money on something they can't touch, can't live in, and can't physically see in the real world? Are they geniuses? Or is this the biggest digital scam ever created? By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what virtual land is, why it's valuable, and how people are making real money from it. And why some people are quietly positioning themselves right now. Trust me, you won't look at the internet the same way again. Because this isn't just about land, it's about where attention is going, and where attention goes, money follows. Virtual land is exactly what it sounds like. It's land, but inside a digital world. Not a website, not social media, a full environment. Think of it like a video game map, but instead of just playing, you actually own a piece of it. And ownership changes everything. Because when you own something, you control it. You decide what gets built there. You decide who can use it, what happens on that space. Imagine this. You're inside a massive online world. It feels alive. Streets, buildings, stores, events, concerts, ads, businesses, people moving around. Not just watching, interacting, spending money, talking, building. Now, instead of just visiting, you own a piece of it, a location, a spot. A place where things happen. That's virtual land. It's not just pixels, it's position, and position creates opportunity. It's like buying land in New York before New York even existed, before the skyscrapers, before the crowds, before the prices. Just empty space with potential. And the people who understood that early became extremely wealthy. Not because the land looked valuable at the time, but because they saw where things were going. Virtual land usually exists inside something people call the metaverse, a collection of digital worlds where people can interact, work, play, and build. And ownership is powered by blockchain technology. That means your ownership is recorded publicly. It can't be changed. It can't be copied. It can't be faked. You can prove it's yours, and you can sell it anytime. Each piece of land is like a digital certificate. A unique item that belongs only to you. If that sounds complicated, think of it like this. It's a digital deed, like owning a house. But instead of a physical address, it has a digital location. Now here's where it gets interesting. Why would anyone pay real money for something that isn't physical? Because value doesn't come from physical objects. It comes from attention, and attention is moving online faster than ever. People are spending hours every day in digital spaces, scrolling, watching, playing, interacting, buying, living part of their lives online. And wherever people go, money follows. That's why companies pay billions for ads. That's why influencers make money. That's why platforms grow. Because attention is the most valuable asset. And virtual land is a way to own a piece of that attention. People buy virtual land to build stores, not physical stores, digital ones. Places where people can walk in, explore, and buy digital products. They host events, concerts, meetups, experiences. They advertise. They rent the space. They flip it for profit. It's digital real estate, but faster, global, and always open. But it doesn't stop there. Some people are making thousands of dollars a month from land you can't even touch. Not by just holding it, but by using it. Just like in the real world. Owning land is one thing. Using it is where the money is. You buy land in a high-traffic digital area. Now creators want to be there, brands want to be seen there, businesses want access to that audience, and they pay for it. Because visibility equals opportunity, and opportunity equals money. Some people build entire businesses on their land. Virtual stores where people browse and buy digital clothing, assets, or items. NFT galleries where artists display and sell their work. Event spaces where people attend experiences. And experiences are powerful, because people don't just want to consume content anymore. They want to be inside it. Others flip land. They buy early, wait for demand, sell later. Same concept as real estate. But faster cycles, higher risk, higher reward. Because the craziest money isn't made from flipping, it's made from attention, owning the right place, at the right time. Let me give you something crazy. A piece of virtual land next to a celebrity's digital property. Sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, not because of what it was, but because of where it was. Position matters. People believe traffic will go there. And where there's traffic, there's money. Think about it. Would you rather own a store in the middle of nowhere or next to the busiest place in the world? That's the game: positioning, attention, timing. But here's what most people don't understand. This could either be the next internet revolution or one of the biggest bubbles in history. Because yes, there are real risks. Some projects disappear completely. Some worlds lose users and become empty. Prices can crash fast. And not all land is valuable. In fact, most of it isn't. Just because something exists doesn't mean people care about it. And if people don't care, it has no value. So no, this is not easy money. Most people who jump in late lose, not because the idea is bad, but because they follow hype instead of understanding value. So how do you know what's real and what's hype? You look at the people, not the promises. Good virtual land has activity, people using it, communities building, events happening. Bad virtual land looks exciting at first. Big marketing, big claims, but no real users, no real engagement, and eventually it fades. So the real rule is simple: follow the people, not the hype. If you wanted to buy virtual land today, the process is simple. Create a crypto wallet, buy cryptocurrency, choose a platform, purchase land. But simple doesn't mean safe, because this space moves fast, and mistakes are expensive. One wrong decision can cost you everything you put in. That's why you should never invest money you can't afford to lose. But here's something most people don't realize. You don't even need to own land to make money. Some people build for landowners. They design spaces, create environments, develop experiences. Others manage virtual properties, handle marketing, drive traffic, build communities. And in every gold rush, the people selling tools often make more than the people digging. That pattern repeats over and over again, and now we get to the bigger picture. Because this isn't really about land. It's about where the internet is going. A future where people work online, socialize online, build identities online, earn money online, where digital cities exist alongside physical ones, where your digital presence becomes just as important as your physical one. Because if more of our lives move into digital spaces, those spaces become valuable, and the people who understand that early benefit most. But here's the final question. Is this the next big thing, or just another bubble? On one side, you have growing digital worlds, more users, more activity, more interest, big companies experimenting early, trying to understand what comes next. On the other side, you have hype, speculation, projects that may never survive, land that may never be used. Both sides exist at the same time. And that's what makes it confusing. Every new technology looks crazy in the beginning, until suddenly it's normal. The internet sounded crazy, social media sounded pointless, streaming sounded unnecessary, and now they're part of everyday life. So the real question isn't whether virtual land exists, it's whether people will continue to care about it. Because if they do, the value grows. If they don't, it disappears. And that decision is happening right now, in real time, with real money. If this is the first time you've heard about virtual land, you're early, and that's where the biggest opportunities usually are. But early also means uncertain, and uncertain means risky, so you have to think for yourself. Learn, observe, understand, before you move. But now I want to hear from you. Would you ever buy digital land? Would you build on it, rent it, flip it, or stay away completely? Comment below, and if you want more videos like this, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share, and check the description below. I'll be posting more videos that most people are not ready to see, because what's coming next might be even bigger than this, and most people are going to miss it.